Hello and welcome back again. This video is going to be about a little coffee scoop kit. I'm going to show you. I'm quite annoyed this morning because I used to have a little polystyrene tray to keep all the bits in, and for the life of me I can't get it. As you can tell, I keep the tidiest workshop in the world. Anyway, I digress. Here we have a little coffee scoop kit. So that is the main coffee scoop part. It comes with, and I can't find it in this box, one of our M8 threads with a hex fitting in the end. That's quite important. I'll come to that in a bit. A 6mm dowel rod and a little chrome end cap. Now, you can obviously do these in wood or acrylic. Now, I've already done one in wood, which I'll show you now and show you how the things fit together. And what I'm actually going to turn today is an acrylic one, so I'll show you how that works. Here is a finished wooden one in just a bit of scrap beech that I've done, and you will see here that is how the thread goes in the end. Now, I have turned this between centres because I probably, like most wood turners, if you can turn between centres, that to me is the best way of doing something. It's the most secure. Things don't come off. You can take things on and off the lathe and check them fit and whatever. But basically our threaded end is in here, and it's got the hex end there, so you can put a hex key in and actually turn it in, unlike just a plain thread that can be very difficult to screw directly into wood. Now, this is screwed directly into the wood, and this takes a 7.5mm drill for the wood. Right, there's two different drill sizes. When we come to acrylic, it's different, because acrylic I'm going to actually tap with a M8 tap. So we've got, for the wood, 7.5mm at this end, 6mm at this end, turned between centres and measured to fit, and it ain't difficult to measure it. I've done it. There you go, you can see there. It's a really lovely little kit. Anyway, I'm going to pop one of our, I am organised, honest, one of our pebble blanks. I'm going to do the drilling on the lathe and show you that. If I remember when I come to do the edit of the thing, I'll put the drill sizes up so you can see. I'm going to turn this one because I think that little turquoise pebble blank that we do is going to look absolutely stunning on one of these coffee kits. Let's hope I'm right. So I'm going to start off by popping this in the pen jaws, and this is a pen blank. That's another good thing about this kit I didn't mention before. You can use a pen blank to turn it because it's around about the right size. You don't need a huge piece. The bit I've got here is roughly 90mm long, but you can make it as long as you want. That's why we do the kits this way with two ends. So if you want a great big long handled one, you can have one. I don't know why you would, but you can if you want to. Anyway, I'll stop wittering, pop this on the lathe, and we'll run through the process of doing an acrylic blank on the coffee scoop. So for the acrylic blank, I have the blank in my pen jaws. I've got a 7mm drill, 7.0mm drill, that I'm going to drill in around about 20mm. Now, if you're not familiar with taps and threads, they usually, for engineers, come in a set of 3. I'm not sure whether the camera will quite pick that up. The first one's got 1 mark on it, the second one's got 2. This is the third one I've got in here, which doesn't have a mark on it at all. If I was doing metal, which is quite hard work to tap, I would use 1, then 2, then the final one. But because this is acrylic, I'm just going to use the last one because it's going to cut fairly easily. If I can move all my other stuff out of the way, fairly easily. And I'm not going to spin the lathe, I'm just going to do it by hand, and the tap will follow the hole that you've just drilled. And so I'll stress again, for this is a 7mm hole. And you can't, it looks like it's going in, and it doesn't look like it's doing an awful lot, but you'll see in a minute when I take it out that it has. And you will now see that screws very nicely in there. Why do we do it different to wood? If I drill a 7.5mm hole and try to screw that into plastic, it would just break. It's as simple as that. So that's the way to do it. I've got a nice thread in the middle there, and now what I need to do is a 6mm hole at the other end. And for the drilling, I'm running at around about 700 revs per minute. This hole doesn't need to be particularly deep because all that's going in here is the little dowel rod for the end cap. And now I'm all done with the drilling. All I need to do now is mount it between centres, turn it and polish it. Now the only other thing I need to do is to measure to make sure I get the measurements right. Now if I show you the end of the fitting, as you will see, the end of the coffee scoop fitting is curved. And the end of the little chrome end cap is also curved, and what that means is it's not quite so critical to get the measurements absolutely spot on. If you were doing a pen and you've got two flat surfaces joining together, they've got to meet absolutely exactly. But with these little curved pieces, fortunately, they're not quite so noticeable if you don't get it absolutely, I wouldn't say millimetre perfect, but fraction of a millimetre perfect. Hopefully this lot won't roll away anywhere, but here we've got the finished bits. I've done a bit of polishing. Here's my handle. I'm going to take my threaded M8 threaded piece in there. If you need to, you shouldn't need to for one of these, but a 4mm hex key will wind that in like so, and we can then screw in the coffee scoop kit at that end. Now you will get a piece of dowel rod like that. It doesn't need to be anywhere near that long, so I've just cut it in half and trimmed it down slightly. That will pop in this end like so, maybe better with a bit of glue, and then we'll just pop on the chrome end onto there like so, and there we have, I have to say, a rather nice coffee scoop kit. And as you can see, actually I've probably gone a bit narrow up here, but because of the curved section it doesn't matter greatly. I'm very happy with that. So there we have the guide to coffee scoop kits. That's the acrylic handle, and it's actually quite nice to do a bit of shaping of a pen blank, because you don't get to do much shaping with pens, to be honest, and it's quite nice to use almost the whole blank instead of turning it down to about, I don't know, 10 mils, something like that. So this is it's quite a nice size. It feels really quite nice. There's the wooden one. As always, as we say, this is a guide. Please check the guide specifications on the website for any written instructions. They always supersede the videos because I can't do a video for every minor specification change. In the meantime, I hope that's been helpful. Thanks very much for joining me again. Enjoy your workshop, enjoy your turning, whatever it is you do, box making, enjoy it, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.